Greetings and salutations, this is Jason Silverain, and I figured my retro series was looking a little underwhelming, to be honest. I've not really updated that one in a while, so I thought, what's an old game? And I thought, does 2008 count as retro now? For some people it does, for myself I'd say no, so I figured, you know, I wanted to just highlight this one because it's a very interesting concept, even if the mechanics weren't done very well. This is Hinterland by Tilde Mill Entertainment, released in September 2008 and receiving an update a year later with a few extra characters. It's still available on Steam for $6.99. Now, I'll be honest, it's not really worth that much. It really should be about £3 or £4 given its age, and it does look like a 2004 game. Now, I do apologise, as much as I've been tweaking this in OBS, I cannot get this full screen, and I will show you why. Now, if we look at the options, you can see that is the highest resolution it goes to. There is nothing that is not a square here. So, sadly, even though I've managed to get my head around OBS again, and I do apologise for the somewhat shoddy nature of some of my videos in the last year as I was getting back into YouTube, and I did go for a few, and I'm now looking going, oh, that didn't look so good once I uploaded it. But I'll keep them up there regardless. I'm hoping this year the quality of my videos will much improve, but I digress. Yes, you can see the options are not exactly expansive, but they do what I need them to do, and it is a fun game. I will give it that. It's a solid 6 or 7 out of 10, and I do want to kind of share it with you. Now, let's start a new game. I'm only going to go for a short or medium game because this game gets a little bit repetitive. The mechanics are nice, but I don't really want it to drag on. The artwork and the music, I will say, though, are beautiful. The artwork is, like, superior to the 3D models in the game. Now, the whole premise behind this game is you are an adventurer of a varied background. You're being issued by the king to go to this frontier land and tame it for him. And you could have multiple backgrounds, which all have their own advantages and disadvantages. So, essential. Great at running affairs, exceptional gold and food production. That could be very important for you if you want to build your town. However, he's terrible in combat, and you end up being the main defense and offense of the town. So I've tried him a few times, I've never been quite so good with him. Architect, again, expert builder, not skilled in combat. Buildings cost less to upgrade, but again, that's really helpful for the start, but it's not so much later on. Fallen hero, this guy's interesting. Restless soul, never needs to eat, is immune to poison, recovers health anywhere, but does not heal faster in town. Experience progression is slow. Now that one is a killer in long games. Also, you have exceptional equipment, but you're not trusted by the king, so you don't really build reputation. And one of the main ways you can fail is either not having enough food for your settlement, or losing a lot of fame. The trickster, yeah, it doesn't really say what he's good at. I'm not sure. I've not quite figured out what his gimmick is. The footman as well, he's a relative all-rounder. Low resources, decent equipment, he's fast speed with all weapons, which is pretty amazing. Now, each weapon type has its own speed, like axes are really, really slow, maces are really, really slow, so if you're going for a combat build, the footman, you can't go far wrong. Though, again, he struggles with low resources at the start. You have to go out there and start killing things. Yeoman, you start with agricultural tools, poor starting equipment and resources. Again, food production. And health recover's nice. That's good if you're doing a defensive game, but you win the game by offense. Entrepreneur. Whole high gold production. Well, since you can't really buy items, you make them. That's not great. Gold isn't actually that useful apart from paying the king and buying followers and buildings. Now, outlaw. More in loot, that's quite good. Less fame than usual for requests. Starts with low fame, poor equipment, and almost no resources. Now, I have tried the outlaw. He's actually very fun to play. Dwarf warrior, again. He is great for a beginning player, I will say. He's poor food isn't really an issue, and low resources at the start isn't that bad either, because the first thing you do is usually buy a farmer. Elven Archer, again, another nice one. Especially with the recover health anyway, because normally you only recover health in your town, which you build up. So you can just keep out there and keep shooting. But if you've got raiders on, you'll be wanting to go back to base pretty fast anyway. And I think the slow speed with melee weapons, unless you have a lot of followers, that's a killer. Goblin Chemist. Research is done really quickly, so you get your high-end gear pretty fast. The low fame is not really an issue. Brawler. Never really tried it. Fast one-hand speed. Starts robust health, mediocre equipment, very poor resources. So if you're going for a one-hand weapon build, not bad. I'm usually a sword and board myself. More fame from receiving quests from the courtesan. Meh, I can't. Fame is not really an issue. Unless you're going for a very particular type of run. The Orc Warlord's pretty good. However, the Orcs basically, well, yeah, consume food so quickly. He's one of the newer ones, and that's a nice twist as you all only have Orcs. I might have to give him a try, actually, at some point. Orc Shaman's very similar, but he's magic-based. We have the Knights, excellent equipment, adequate resources, improved speed of all weapons, diminished gold and food production. Now, my favourite class is the Mercenary, which is a bit like the Knight. It's Assassin. Critical hit chance. Journeyman, again, very good for a beginner. Goblin Thief, I'm not trying to... Alright. Oh god, there's more. They added more than I thought, yes. Mercenary. This is the one I'm going for, and this is the one I actually finished the game with just yesterday, actually. Alright. There we go, get myself a portrait. Opportunity in fights for a living. You get more gold in loot, less fame than usual for requests. The exceptional starting equipment resources, however, are just absolutely brilliant. So, yes, we're going to have requests. You can turn that off. You can have the region revealed, randomized resources, and raiders. So let's get in there. Yes, sorry about taking so long with this. I just thought I'd give an explanation of some of the classes you can play. There's a lot, but I personally think the resource-focused classes are underwhelming. Now, this is very much a Diablo-esque combat mixed with town building. And the fun thing with this is you can go, you farmer, enjoy your new land, yes. Now you can become an adventurer with me. Let's get you leveled up. So, my assignment from the king. The king needs you. I decree you must tame this wild and dangerous territory. Yep, it's very simple. Now, I am going to go for defense, and extra food every day is resourceful. It's just so useful at the start. Yeah, I don't have a farmer as one of my starting... Yeah, you guys are useless, so we're not going to bother with you. And as you can see, my equipment is pretty solid. Short sword, which is fast attack, leather armor, and regions. I have to conquer all these regions, so... Ooh, resources aren't bad this time. I had a shockingly terrible game last time, and there we go. One advantage of light armor is your guy does just sprint off, and just make sure I'm not going off the map, because you can. Ooh. Remaining 8 enemies in the area. Now, ideally, you want to kind of just pick them off a few at a time. And this is pretty much as in depth as the combat goes. You either have range attacks, magic attacks, or just run up and smack them in the face as I'm doing here. There's no real skills or anything like that. It's all down to your very simple collection of equipment. Which is another reason why the starting equipment being good means that you can very quickly mop up these places. So yes, I've had a bit of an unfortunate start there. Ooh, 3 of them here. Minimap did not show that. At least it's an easier start. So now I've cleared out this site, got some loot, and you can see this is all marked off. Now I have to be careful here because I am already a bit wounded. What am I dealing with? Please don't be Minotaurs. Minotaurs this early will be a pain. Is that dogs? Yeah, wolf pups. Alright. They are doing a surprising amount of damage. Yeah, that was a bit close. But we've got plenty of money now. And I could focus... I really need food production. That is the absolute key you want to start with. The fact it's not giving me a farmer is a bit of a kick in the teeth. Now, what are you? You are an acolyte, which is essentially a priest who will work on prayers that have global town effects. And the fortune teller just gives you gold, but he can be upgraded to another class later on. Now, actually, what I should do is go away. Get the hell out of my town. I just have this outpost, and this is a town I will build up. You build a building in each plot, and each plot only needs one person. If a person dies, if you find a person of the same type, they can just take over that plot. And these are alternative sources because you do need resources. There we go. I'll start upgrading that since I can. Yes. If I go to region, look at the legend. As you can see, there's various resources that you need, and certain buildings only upgrade when you have those resources. Stone early is nice. Also, fresh water's right next door. There is a enemy encampment right next door as well, and that is a bit dangerous. I don't know when those raiders are going to spawn. So I do kind of have to hope for a level up here. Ooh, skeletons. I didn't get any of you guys in my last playthrough. It was a little disappointing. I mostly had minotaurs and orcs. Oh, there we go. So, raiders have spawned. We got a... Oh god, they are right on my town. And I can't really just attack them outright. I'm in a really bad situation here. Alright. Oh my goodness, that is a terrible group of raiders. If they were melee, this would be so much simpler. Okay, we've gained a level. But, oh, that is bad for the future. Orc shamans are a headache as they just ignore a lot of armor. But they're weak at this point. They will gain levels as I gain levels, so that's something to watch out for. Also, I can't sell any of this junk yet either, because you need a merchant. We have a bard. I'd even get a bard last time. As you see, for each person you need either the quality of your town, certain resources, a certain amount of fame, a certain amount of upgrades to your buildings, and occasionally a unique item. So, no, go away. And I might go evil. You know what, that is very tempting. So, again, we're going to go with defense. And improve attack and defense would be nice. More gold would be useful early game, but not so useful in the long term. And because I am absolutely suffering here from bad RNG, there's not much I can do. Now, there's not many options in-game. I can just about pause the game and that's it. That is literally all the options I have. Everything else just closes the game, saves and quits. So, more zombies and skeletons. As you can see, the level up with the decent equipment really just destroys your low-level enemies. So yeah, there we go, fresh water for the town. But sadly, I can't build out here either. You can only build in your little town section, which is a little bit of a shame. Because it would be very nice to be able to... there we go. Build outposts along the way and things like that, but it's not an option. Now, we have a rancher and an innkeeper. Innkeepers are very useful because it means you get more people. Now, I would prefer a farmer to the rancher, but I did get those oats, and that actually helps with the ranchers producing food. Ranchers also later on can be leveled up to... oh, excuse me. Yes, they can be leveled up to make dragons, or hatch dragons. They become dragon keepers. So first thing is Larry. Larry, you just need a farm. Let's stick you down there because you're stinky. And the inn. There we go. As you can see, generating 5 gold per day. We've now finally got an income. However, we do kind of have more settlers than we have food production. So first things first, those peasant clothes aren't going to help you at all, so have a robe. And some oats. And their equipment can either be offensive or actually help them in their job. Now, as much as I'd like you to come adventuring with me, I need you to do food. And like Joseph, you too will get a robe until I can get you something proper. And let's give you that. Probably will bin the rusty spear later. Actually, I'll put all the things I'm going to sell over here. And I'm just going to upgrade that straight away whilst I've got the gold. There's no sense just waiting, because it will generate gold on its own anyway. Now, I would like to get rid of this, but that would then mean that the raiders from these places would start coming down. And you see, they're way more powerful. Aha, we do have enough. We've got a farmer and an ink. Oh, there's a fleming. Alright. As much as I really want that merchant, because it helps. Oops, I've walked out the town. Alright, there we go. Build a home for you. Very much like that hunter as well. But I'll have to go off and, well, hunt some mobs. I am a little worried that the raid's going to come any moment. I don't have any fast travel back home yet. If I'm too wounded from doing this, I'm going to get my ass kicked. There we go, snare. That'll help trappers. Trappers upgrade is the person at the top there with the little paw symbol. They are mostly food production, and then later on you can get hunters who are kind of almost like a hunting lodge for the rich, and you get food and fame from them, or town quality, I can't quite remember. They don't have as many items that can help buff them, but as you can see, the combat's a little chonky. Go ho, that'll help our food production, and I'm going to run back and heal. Stone's very important. Stone lets you upgrade watchtowers and things like that. Again, oh, I might take the trapper actually. I should be saving for that merchant or getting a second herder, but I think for variation we're going to take the trapper. We're going to build a home for you. I like the trapper being at the edge of town. Okay, she might end up being upgraded with some equipment later, and if there's a higher level version of her come along, oh, well, you can go. Craftsman would be nice, but again, not vital. If anything, I want the merchant before the craftsman. And we go to followers. This is a nice handy little screen. You gain a hoe. You gain a snare. It's a shame the main dodge doesn't help with the trapper's abilities. There's going to be a raid any minute. I just know it. Now, leveling up, essentially, is if any of these get maxed. So, if you get hit enough, if you kill enough... I'm not sure what the health one is. If you regenerate enough health... It's very, very strange. I kind of like it. Okay, Orc Scout, let's deal with you, buddy. And I do like the fact you can loot anyone on the screen, as long as their body's on the screen. Come on, come on. Oh, that wandering one. Alright, you two come after me. Come on. You know you want to. Now, defense just acts like a damage sponge, I will be honest. You're always gonna get hit. I've never really seen enemies miss so much. So the game is a bit of a damage race. It's not too hard. Okay, that's an enemy site. Where am I exactly? Bugger, I was a little too far to the south. I was really hoping I'd just taken out that encampment. Now, what is this encampment of? Orcs. Alright, I've got a single orc here. I'm quite happy taking out this encampment early if I can. Ooh, I think that's an orc chief. That's bad. Take the scout. Oh no, he's just an orc. Okay, now they've been damaged. Leather armor, not bad. I'm going to run back, heal that little bit, because you want to save your potions. You can't control what gets built in your town. Your crafters and people making your potions will just go, you know what, I feel like making this today, and that is a little bit of an issue. But this is just a little introduction to Hinterland. I hope you find this interesting. I just like to share things like this, because the concept is really nice. It's essentially a very light Diablo-esque game with town building, and it's a bit of a tower defense in there as well, with the raiders, which you can turn on and off while you're learning. So I'll finish up these raiders, and I think I'll call it there today. And we'll continue next time. So, oh crud. Get rid of these shamans. Friggin' magic damage. Always kill the magic juggler. That's all I can say. And we're now recognised. Why was it a low quality magic sword? And we've got some nice gear. Fertilizer, very nice. Very nice. Never seems to run out, or it takes a very long time to run out, and that's another one for the farmers. Speaking of which... Oh no, he's buggered off the other guy. Well, yes, I'm going to grab that farmer, because you need at least two, really. And I will catch you next time.